The most dangerous person in any room is rarely the strongest one. It is the one who has learned that weakness, displayed correctly, is a weapon nobody is trained to defend against. You were taught to watch out for aggression, for the loud voice, the raised fist, the obvious threat. Your entire nervous system is built to detect strength used against you. What it was never built to detect is weakness used against you, because weakness does not look like an attack. It looks like something you are supposed to protect. Think about the last time someone hurt you badly, not through force, but through helplessness. The person who could not function without you, who threatened quietly to fall apart if you left, who made their pain so visible that walking away started to feel like violence. You didn't feel attacked. You felt trapped. And there is a profound difference between the two, because you can defend against an attack. You cannot defend against someone else's collapse without looking like the villain. Arthur Schopenhauer wrote about a kind of revenge that requires no strength at all, the revenge of the weak, which he called the most enduring and the most poisonous, because it disguises itself as suffering rather than aggression. The strong man strikes and the wound is visible. The blame is clear. The world condemns him. The weak person simply suffers loudly, publicly, endlessly, and the world rushes to blame whoever is closest. Usually you. This is not about people who are genuinely struggling. Real vulnerability deserves real compassion. This is about a specific pattern, the use of helplessness as control, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Think about the parent who never raised their voice, never threatened, never demanded anything directly, but whose silent disappointment could fill an entire house with guilt for days. Think about the partner who cried every time a boundary was set, until the boundary quietly disappeared. Think about the coworker who somehow always needed help with something at exactly the moment you were about to leave for the day. None of them ever raised a hand. None of them ever needed to. Robert Greene wrote that victims make the most effective manipulators precisely because nobody suspects them. We are trained from childhood to protect the weak. It is one of the deepest instincts in human psychology, and the people who understand this instinct, consciously or not, have access to a kind of power that strong people will never have. They can extract sympathy, resources, loyalty, and compliance. And if you ever resist, you become the aggressor in a story you never agreed to be part of. Here is the mechanism underneath it. Strength invites resistance. The moment someone is openly powerful, openly demanding, the people around them brace, calculate, defend. But weakness disarms that instinct completely. You do not defend against someone who appears to be drowning. You reach out your hand. And the person who understands this, even unconsciously, has learned that drowning, real or performed, gets a hand extended to it every single time. Machiavelli observed something similar at the level of nations. He wrote that injuries should be done all at once, because men are less concerned with damage that comes suddenly than with harm that continues slowly. The slow suffering of someone who positions themselves as a victim operates exactly this way. It is never one dramatic moment you can point to and resist. It is 1,000 small moments of guilt, each one too small to fight, that together cost you everything. The most dangerous version of this pattern is the person who believes their own performance, who is not consciously manipulating anyone, who has simply learned somewhere very early that helplessness gets results, and has built an entire identity around it without ever examining why. This person is more dangerous than a calculated manipulator because they cannot be reasoned with. You cannot expose a strategy to someone who does not know they are using one. Their tears are real, their pain is real, and the outcome is identical either way. You end up managing their emotions at the cost of your own life. So how do you protect yourself from something that looks exactly like suffering? The answer is not to become cold to real pain. The answer is to separate two questions that most people merge into one. The first question is this person actually struggling? The second question, entirely separate. is whether their struggle requires you, specifically, to sacrifice something of your own. Compassion answers the first question. Boundaries answer the second. You can hold both at once. You can care about someone's pain and still refuse to let it run your life. Nietzsche wrote that the weak are dangerous precisely because they are clever. Because lacking the strength to take what they want directly, they develop a far more sophisticated weapon: guilt, obligation, the quiet manufacturing of debt in people who never agreed to owe anything. He called this the revenge of those who cannot otherwise win. Watch for this pattern, not with suspicion of every struggling person you meet, but with a simple test. Does their pain increase exactly when you attempt to create distance? Does their crisis escalate precisely at the moment you assert a boundary? Does their helplessness only ever appear when something is being asked of you? Real suffering does not time itself around your attempts to protect yourself. Performed suffering always does. The strong manipulator wants your resources. The weak manipulator wants your guilt. And guilt, once installed, runs without supervision. It does not need them in the room. It works on you when you are alone, replaying their face, their tears, their quiet collapse, until you give in simply to make the discomfort in your own chest stop. This is the part nobody wants to hear. You are allowed to walk away from someone's pain if their pain has become a leash. You are allowed to refuse to be someone's emotional collateral. Compassion that destroys you is not virtue. It is a door you have not yet learned to close. The truly strong are rarely the threat you were warned about. The threat was always quieter than that. It came wrapped in tears you were taught never to question. This is eternal Nemesis. The truth nobody tells you. Follow, because what comes next will change how you see every person who has ever needed something from you.